What's up, guys? This is Legendary DN here, bringing you another DC Universe video. I don't know why I'm making DC Universe videos when I don't play the game as much anymore, and the game is just not as fun as it used to be back then. But this is kind of, I want to target a certain group meta of players, and Vibes hits this criteria of players, which is, I know a few of us can't never say it because people are too lazy to describe that current meta of players among the elites of PvPers. So I want to dive into it because he hits that certain criteria of players who I just never thought they were good in the first place, and they're only good because of the current meta, which is in Revamp, and how they show up more in Revamp more than any other era of DC Universe when it comes to PvP. So let's dive into it. Empirix here is inviting me to a group to fight Vibes in them. Obviously, I hesitated because I'm Celestial, and I know Vibes, he's going to rely on the current meta of the game, which is more stronger, better powers than mine in PvP. And as you can see, you're going to see right here, we go in, bam, find an electric healer, rage DPS versus a nature healer and a celestial DPS. In terms of ranking, when it comes to the healing, nature is slightly beats electricity when it comes to healing, so the healing is fine because electricity is third in best healing power when it comes to arenas, and nature is second. So the healing is fine. They're both fine. The problem is the damage. Rage is the second best DPS power in the game in PvP, and Celestial is bottom 5. So this is why it turns out to be an L for me. I have this video saved because I've been wanting to make a video like this in due time, and obviously now that I have a little bit more clips, I can show you what I mean, how Vibes is a bad player. By the way, they're buffed. Him and Deprive, they're buffed. Also, Deprive is another bad player as well. He fits that current genre of players. Now, what I mean by this in the current genre of players is Vibes is the typical kind of like warning type of players. Where, have you ever seen videos of Most Realist or Nox Boots and all that? These guys will always queue arenas with broken powers. They'll have all artifacts 160. They'll be legendary when the game is dead and it's flat out easy and PvE is easy, and you'll be surprised if they're even beating elite rates and stuff. I don't know if they do. They'll have they'll have a lot of skill points, obviously, because they're the only ones playing the game left. So obviously they're gonna have a lot of skill points. They're a broken PvP power, and or the current meta of the PvP powers, and with current weapons of the meta, which is rifle. I'll never see Vibes use martial arts or hand blasters or anything, because he's just he's not good, and he's that current meta of players. And you'll see in this next clip. So this is literally me just logging in to play DC for about 30 minutes or so, and you'll see what I mean. So as I'm explaining while I'm respecking and all this stuff, those players like Warning and such, Vibes, he hits those current meta of players where they, they're either mental troll, gadgets troll, quantum troll, or DPS, rage, atomic tank, electric healing, or water healer. You'll never see them. You'll never see like the powers I am, like sorcery or celestial, whatever, that kind of stuff. Even you'll get a couple of natures here and there, but they don't hit that drana. He hits that meta of players and stuff. So obviously he's also those type of players where he counts W's like this as legitimate W's, where he counts, oh yeah, a healer versus DPS. Anyone who with a brain in DC Universe Online knows healer versus DPS, the healer's gonna win. It's been like this since the beginning of DC Universe Online to the end, and it's only been worse now because the healing is not as strong as it should be, but the DPSing side of healing is crazy. That's why it's like you're DPS and healer role. Like, it's just crazy how much damage he's doing to me as a healer. He shouldn't be doing this kind of damage. That's the thing. And Vibes fits that perfectly. He fits that genre of players where they're not good at anything else. They're not good at Legends. You'll never see Vibes do Legends. You'll never see Golden Yayu or those guys from Warning like Nox Boots and all those kind of guys, all Vit and most realists and legends, because they're not good. They're not good players. They're good at one thing and one thing only: arenas with a lot of cheese. Nothing else. Nothing else. Always support roles. They're never DPS roles. And that's who Vibes is. He doesn't do weapons, like I said in here. You're gonna read the chat. He doesn't do these things, and he ducks me in these in legends, weapons, and iconics because he knows he will lose. He has never beaten me in a scrimmage. It's just who he is. You'll never see them do anything outside of arenas in support role using a certain cheese, a certain weapon, because that's who they are. Look what he says. Busy doing what? Queuing arenas, because that's the only thing you're good at. That's the only thing. That's who he is. That's the type of player he is. He is that current meta player, and that's all they are. That's why I told him. That's why Trent is dead. So there you go. That's who the type of player he is, and he fits that genre of players. I don't have to say nothing else. I'm out. Vibes, you're a bad player.